I'm Pam Seidel outside the Wilson subway station where there were 4 parking lots for commuters who drive to the subway. But today, one of those lots, the west lot, closed for good, losing 610 parking spaces and leaving commuters scrambling for alternative parking. Many of them wound up coming here to the south lot. Little do most of them know that this one, too, is slated to be closed early next year. Where do you usually park?
I usually park in that closed lot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, do you realize that this one is also slated to be closed?
No, I did not. Now that's surprising.
Yes, much to the chagrin of hundreds of commuters who drive to the subway, the city is in the process of closing some of the TTC's 12 parking lots. The first to go was the Wilson West lot that closed today. Early next year, the Wilson South will also be closing, losing 541 spaces. And at some point, likely in 2018, the main lot will also close with its 885 spots. So now you're counting on using this one?
Yes.
Do you realize they're closing this one too?
No, I had no idea. Really? Oh my God, I had no idea.
The TTC says the hope was that the Yorkdale lot that has been under reconstruction would be reopened in time for today's closure, but that project experienced too many delays. But it is due to open early next year with its 1,100 underground heated spots, as well as the Toronto-Spadina extension will be open in 2017, with 3 more lots north of the city that will serve the Northwest. The TTC says it'll more than make up for the closures.
So we'll have a net gain of approximately 4,000 spaces between the Spadina subway extension and Yorkdale reopening in February.
But those are not the only closures. As part of the city's plan to better use its real estate assets, the organization Build Toronto has identified numerous underutilized or surplus properties. In all, 5 more TTC lots will eventually be closed, including 632 spots at Downsview and this one at Victoria Park and Danforth. It's small at 173 spots, but well used.
I figured with the other parking lot closed, it'd be a chaos down there today, so I decided to come this way. It's a longer ride for me, but
yes,
less headaches, right?
This lot is also slated to be closed.
Oh, is it really? You can't be serious. So what are they going to do then?
Where I'm gonna go? These people is coming out, going out. So tell them not to close this one. The people needs this.
But experts and officials say this is part of a difficult transition from a car-dependent city to a transit-focused one, a city that is growing incredibly fast but still needs to be livable.
We're one of the fastest growing cities in the developed world, and we've reached that tipping point where we have to make this change.
That people always have the option as well of taking transit and not using their car at all, especially in the 416. So I am sorry they faced that sudden revelation, if that's indeed what it was, but it wasn't because the decision was taken suddenly. In fact, the decision to declare the land surplus by the TTC was taken years ago.
As for the timing of the other 3 closures, Downsview is at least a year away, according to Build Toronto. And the other 2, Vic Park and Warden, are longer-term projects. They likely won't get underway for a number of years. I'm Pam Seidel, City News.